In a different video, I talked about the three types of energies, or three types of people. Actually, they're energies because it encompasses, in my opinion, more than just humans. There are aliens out there. There are other species out there that encompass or have these types of energies. The first type of energy or person is the individual that will put up the walls or the mask to protect their inner child because they have been wounded, most likely at a young age. And they haven't healed those wounds, so therefore they put on this different identity of themselves to protect themselves. They have good intentions, they have a good heart, but aren't their true authentic self because they haven't healed. The second type of energy are those that wear a mask to protect, again, their identity, their inner self, but their inner self does not have good intentions. Those are your sociopaths, your narcissists, your demons, your demonic energies. They don't give a crap about your safety, your concerns, anything like that. They're going to drain you, siphon you, take from everything that's good from you. They're the ones that victimize the first person. And then they're going to play mind games with you and flip the script and do all that crazy stuff that they do. Those energies, I want nothing to do with. Because those two energies have been the push and pull of the universe, the predator and prey cycle that I've talked about for years now. That's finally ending because those masks that the first person has is the energy that belongs to the second person that did the damage. And then the second person that's doing the bad things is going to lose their mask because usually that second person is a total facade. For example, have you ever met someone or been with someone where you meet them and you're like, wow, this person's amazing. They say all the right things. They do all the right things. They're so kind. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves them. They're like an angel. They're so amazing. They do everything right. Everything. And then you get into a relationship with them, whether that's in business, whether that's, romantic, or a friendship. And then all of a sudden, they flip the script on you. And then you see a whole different person. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, what's this? You see an abuser, you see a liar, you see a manipulator, you see a mind game player. Yada, yada, yada. It's because they were wearing a mask the whole time to bamboozle you so that they can bring you into their web, so they can siphon energy off of you so that they can maintain their facade. And then the third type of energies are your true authentics. Those are the people that have done the work, they've done the healing work, they see the dynamic, and they probably played roles at some point in their life, either one, predator or prey. I mean, if you're truly being honest and you're truly balanced, and you truly understand, you have to understand both sides and then integrate both sides as a part of you and understand the whole. So, the reason why I bring this up is because perception is everything. What you perceive about somebody or how you perceive something could be accurate or not accurate. That's part of this illusion, this mirror game. This mirror game as well has two sides. Either someone is mirroring you at a negative, or they're mirroring you on a positive. They're reflecting back who you are. It can be used both ways. You ever look in a mirror and you see your face and you're like, oh, it's my face. But then you wear a shirt and what's on the shirt is backwards. Because one thing I have learned about these second energies is that they will use mirror magic, especially vampires. They will use mirror magic to make you believe that they are your reflection. When in reality, they're the opposite of you, but they're using it as a tactic to get in to your energy so that they can get a stronghold on you, manipulate you, siphon from you, and take from you. The reason why I bring this up is because what if, and I'm posing this as a question, what if everything that you have learned been conditioned to believe or been taught about Jesus was completely opposite. What if he was actually wearing a mask? What if he was actually the one that was the figurehead that was out doing the miracles? Maybe? Who was he really inside? What was he really like as a person? Do you really know that? Because I can tell you from experience, specifically through my experiences, that the masculines, and it's not all masculines, okay? This has just been to clear karma, to clear out cycles and get prepared for the new earth. This has been my journey. Your journey may be a little bit different, but similar. Where I have met masculines, a couple specifically, one just recently, where that energy dynamic came up, where I expressed and told him a little bit about who I was and what I was capable of doing. And he used to be a preacher. Ironically, he was talking to me about doing some pretty dark things, pretty bad things. And it got to the point where he said, I'm a bad person. I'm a really bad person. And he would spend his days, his life, trying to focus and help other people outside of himself and put on this fake I'm good person because he was bad inside. Because of the bad things that he had done. That he wasn't willing to take a look at. He wasn't willing to fix. He wasn't willing to clear the karma. So he would thought by doing his acts of charity was going to fix it. But in reality, it was all fake. Then I had this interesting experience with him where I had poured all of my energy into him. It raised him up and allowed him to connect back to God. And then he went back into good preacher mode. But then that offset me into a really weird space, a weird energy of feeling like, wait, I'm nothing. Now I'm empty. And now you're up here and I'm down here. I believe that this was the dynamic with Mary Magdalene and Jesus. Jesus learned everything from her. The wisdom, the knowledge, the miracles, those abilities came from the feminine. I experienced this with my ex-husband as well, where I was the one with all of the abilities, but he was siphoning and then pretending to be the good guy to everybody outside of us, that he had all of the skills. But in reality, I was the one that was connected to God, to source. And he was siphoning on me. Why did I go through that? Because I had to see that clearly for the truth of what it is and say, no, that is not a healthy dynamic. You have to heal your own stuff. You have to heal, you have to heal the things that you have done. The people that you've hurt, not just in this life, but all your other lives. That's on you. I'm not going to do that anymore. That's what I was in victim mode, victim energy, and I had to get myself out of it. And so I started to pull that dynamic apart, pull my powers and abilities back into me and put the energy back into them, which you're responsible for you. I'm responsible for me. This all started, this whole big dynamic started back in the days of Egypt, because Egypt was the first real creation of the human. And the human was created as a slave race. And the aliens that were here to help facilitate that were utilizing the humans that they had created, basically an assembly line in a petri dish, where they would put their bodies and heads on animals, is because they couldn't figure out how to exactly make a human. And so that was the first attempts at making the humans. And they were created in order to mine the mines here for the aliens, for their ships, because they wanted the crystals for fuel, which is again why and the other thing, that's why the pyramids were created, number one, for fuel for their ships, and also for a map for the aliens to come back. But the energy dynamic, which created all of the matter here, which created Earth, came through a god, the real god, called Nun, N-U-N. Now, in Greek, I'm sorry, not Greek, in Egypt, if you look at a hierarchy, actually, let me go grab it so I could show you. So before I show you this, I want you to know, if you're understanding what I'm talking about, and you've had similar experiences to me, or you've experienced your past lives like this, and you start to get these signs and symbols, and you're remembering, this is a whole remembering game, is what's happening. You are too, and I am remembering the truth of who I am and what happened. How did we get to this male-dominated society that enslaves humans? It's enslavement. Every single system is an enslavement. Your money, your schools, your pharmaceuticals, your education, your food supply, all of it. Your music, your TV, everything has been programmed and conditioned to keep you asleep and a slave. Even the shit they put in your water. And it even goes to a whole nother level, which most people don't even know, which is on an energetic level. But I'm not even going to get into that, because that's, let's stay to the program here. I want you to know where things started from the beginning and the why, because it's going to be very important for this next phase, this new Earth, because this got fucked up. This family tree got fucked up. The original creator of Earth, of matter, was Nun. Now, there are other evidence that says that it was Nun and Nunette, which is a masculine and feminine form, like the void. Well, I'm going to argue that this was a feminine energy, because the feminine, when I was able to zoom out and take a look at this from its true perspective, it was the feminine that birthed the material realm. The void is the vagina. Get it? And it's water and the snake. Also, people talk about the Kundalini. Now, from her, she created man. Now, in this rendition, there's 3 of them. There's Ra, which you guys know as the sun god. There's Atum. And then there's Amun. She created all 3 of those, and then they created the rest of the gods, which were known as the gods back then in Egypt. And these gods ruled over the humans. Now, interesting to me is I have met every single one of these individuals, these 3, in a physical body. How do you know that, Rebecca? Because I was able to see in their energy and see and was shown their past lives and the lives that we had together. The interesting thing is this system, this original creation of Earth, was created by feminine. Also, this is a physical representation. Okay? The energy form or energy body is known as Sophia. She's massive. She is the universe. And this simulation that we're in is one of many. And she literally holds this in her hand. It's that small to her. That's how big she is. So to embody, for that person, to embody that energy is like a dot, a fraction of that energy. What happened? How did we go from a woman, a feminine created Earth, to a masculine dominated Earth? How did that happen? What happened? And how did Ra become known as the sun god? Here's what happened is the actual abilities, the psychic abilities, the abilities to manifest, all of those abilities come from the mother. Intuition, guidance, knowing. How many of us just know things? I don't have to question that. It just is. Why? Because I'm connected to source, connected to God. The masculines are not connected to God. They have to go through the feminine. And they became aware. And then once they became aware of that aspect, they said, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take all that's good. We're going to take all of these abilities. We're going to siphon them out into all these little pieces, all these other little gods, and we're going to rule. And then we're going to create these systems and use these systems against these slaves so that we can maintain power, which is the exact systems you have today. Why do you think that the all-seeing eye is on the dollar bill? All-seeing eye didn't come from any of these. It came from her. Going back to Mary Magdalene and Jesus. You take a look for yourself, please. I have seen that Mary Magdalene, and you can read her teachings, her Gnostics, it's the same thing. She was the embodiment of Sophia, that Sophia energy. She was the one that could do all of the miracles. She was the true teacher. She stayed behind the scenes. He was the figurehead. He was the one going out there showing everybody how great he is. But in reality, she was the one with the power. She was the one with the abilities. And instead of really partnering with her and helping her and raising her up, making her a true other half, that's not what happened. Even after he died, he left. Never to be found again. And she took off, very protected. Because there are groups of people out there that do know the truth. What I just told you. And they'll protect her and that bloodline to their death. And they have. And for that, I am grateful. Because that has not been an easy task. Because I know exactly what you're up against. Because these individuals, millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, they run technology centers. They run the military. They run the government. They run everything here that I've met. And they use those systems. They use that knowledge. They use that weapon, that knowledge and wisdom as weapons against you. To keep you dumb, to keep you down, to keep you stuck, to keep you obedient. And religion is the biggest one, the Vatican. The stuff that they have hidden, that they know, the people that they have killed and murdered, the children that they have raped, the men that run that place and then put women in positions of nuns. I don't have anything against nuns, by the way. But look at the consistency, guys. Oh, I lost it. Look at the consistency. If you're going to truly fix something and change it, truly change it, you have to understand where it started. If you don't understand where it started, then you're just going to continue to be on the merry-go-round circle of hell. And you have to come face to face with the truth. Or at least be open to saying, wait, maybe there is some truth there, and be a truth seeker and ask questions and start to do some research in your homework. There is a reason. Let me back up. Any organization or anybody that tries to suppress or demean or tear down or silence another, those are the people that are the problem. Hands down, 100%. They're not about building. They're not about sharing ideas. They're not about knowledge. They're not about wisdom. They are all about enslavement. They're all about control. And if someone tells me not to read something, if somebody tells me that I shouldn't be researching that, That's the first thing I'm going to go do. Because they're hiding something. My point with this is, what if you don't really know who Jesus was? What if the person that you were worshiping as your Messiah was never your Messiah? Because I'm telling you, he's not. He wasn't. And he's not the man that you think he was. And Mary Magdalene, the slut, the whore, the prostitute, the evil one, not even fucking close. But hey, let's call her that, because if people really figured out the truth, then oh my God, we would lose our power structure, says the church. So saith the church. Right? Can't have a woman in power. Are you kidding me? You can't say that Jesus was just a man, that he was not from a virgin, and that those miracles and everything that he was doing and those words of wisdom he got from somebody else. You can't say that he was that person. No, you have to put him up on a pedestal, a fake pedestal. You know why he was so pissed when after he was crucified? Because he was shown the truth. And he realized, oh, fuck. And he went in hiding. But he's back. Everyone's back. All these players. Hello, my friends out there. My Egyptian family. Hello, we're back. We're back. We're going to fix this. You're going to fix this. We're going to flip the paradigm, your little pyramid triangle. And the feminine who was forced into the bottom here to be a slave and a victim, is rising back into her power where she belongs as the true I, the true power, the true source, the true connection to God. She ain't coming down. Why? Because she is going to fix all of this. All this bullshit that y'all did, like you little kids running around throwing temper tantrums. Ugh. Yeah, she's going to fix all that. And she's going to do it through the purest form of energy. You call it love. When you feel this energy, when it finally comes, the frequency finally comes here, the individual or individuals who will embody this energy, most people won't even be able to stand near them, because they will vibrate so high that it will make certain people go a little cuckoo, or it will draw them in like moths, or it will cause them, a lot of them, it will cause them to fall to their knees and beg for forgiveness because they know what they've done. Or it'll heal instantly. This frequency is so high that this planet wasn't ready for it, because this frequency of this planet was so low. Because the feminine had been pushed all the way to the pinnacle of negative, despair, death. And she had to make her pendulum swing back into the light, into the positive, which is where she stemmed from, and go back into God, her source, understand and remember who she is, Sophia, and then come back and fix this stuff with pure love, understanding, compassion, unity, the understanding of oneness, that I can't hurt you because you are a part of me and I love you. And you can do all that witchy shit. You can throw all your manipulation tools. You can play mind games with me. You could call me names, bully me. You can do all those tactics to me. I've went through those my entire life to prepare so that I could heal the wounds from tens of thousands of years of abuse, neglect, punishment, torture, torment. I've been through it all. You've been through it all. You've been through it. You came here for a reason, to fix that shit and to rise back to the power that you are, and to do this the right way. The right way is that people are free. They have the right to exist who they are, who they want to be, how they want to be. And it is not your responsibility, it's no one's responsibility to tell other people how to think, how to feel, and how to live. You're not God in that aspect. You're not God over people. You're God helping people. See the difference? My friends out there, I don't give a shit that you're at the top of the hierarchy. That does not give you the right. And I'm talking to those that are out there too, and you know who you are, and I know you watch me. You do not have the right or the power to play God. Because let me tell you what, God is not happy. Remember the days of Moses? When he almost got wiped out because of the bullshit that you were doing to people, enslaving them? That was 400 years of enslavement. Imagine what this is going to be like for you. Get prepared. Those of you that did wrong, get prepared. Fix your shit. Because it's coming. It's unstoppable. It's only a matter of days at this point. And the whole frequency of the planet is going to shift because the divine feminine, the creator of this earth, the one that holds the eye, the compass, the power, the wisdom, the knowledge, the compassion, the love, the truth. The phoenix is risen. From the ashes, from the ashes, descended energy back down, lifted her ass up and said, no more. And will rise to be true form here on planet Earth. And fix it. For those that want to participate. Those that don't, fine. You have free will. Because those of us that truly have power and know that we have power, we're not out there as figureheads flaunting our shit, saying, hey, look at me, I'm a healer. Pay me thousands of dollars. No, I'm a healer. Everywhere I go, I heal people. Or pay me for my wisdom. I know more than you. No, I'm just wise. And I will talk to any person on the street and give them what they need in that moment because I love them. See the difference? I am who I am. And because I remembered who I am, now all the things that I need come to me. I don't have to go out there and beg for people to buy my videos, watch my videos, understand what I'm trying to say, come to my healing retreats. I don't have to do that. Because those aren't true healers. Those aren't true wisdom speakers. Those are fragments. Some of them are good. Some of them are not good. Some of them are fake and that just use those quote abilities to siphon and steal energy from people so that they can maintain those abilities. Yeah, that'd be a vampire. But anyway, that's the difference. And if you're in that energy like I am, where you know who the fuck you are, and you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. The right people know who you are. The right people know who I am. Because they come to me. I don't do shit. I don't have to. Because I'm solid in that. That's the difference. When you get to that level, if you've gotten to that level, shit, reach out to me, please. Because we're going to do some great work together. That I fucking guarantee. Fucking guarantee it. I love you. Thanks for hanging. Have a great day.